Alrighty, boys, let's go over. Let's go over these patch notes. We'll go over the skin. Transformers. So there's Geb. This one looks sick. Then there's Jingwei. That's whatever. Megatron Raw. Could have been a better hero. Sorry, God. Same thing. Gilga. This Gilga skin looks pretty sick. Pittsburgh Nightzilla. That's a pretty sick skin. Season 8 Morgan Le Fay. Omega Lord. Plushie Tiamat. That's pretty cool. Gingerbread Baby Yaga. Baby Yaga's garbage. Cernos. He already has 44 skins. Ani Ron. This skin looks awesome. I wonder how the autos look. Yo, Furion with 68 months, baby. Now stop loving the chat. Got it. Had to show some love right quick. What up? ¿Cómo está la cosa, Zero? So a lot of changes. Let's go over them. I'm not gonna lie, you guys are gonna crack up if you guys actually watch my stream. I said like 40% of these changes in my stream. No cap, but you know, whatever. We love to see. We love to know that they're hearing us. Okay. Increase physical power 15 to 20. Okay, that's actually a really good buff. I love that. You guys know I'm a death toll. Fanatic. Gilded Arrow, increase basic attack during 2025. Fuck this item. Benevolence, if you are 50 stacks and gain another they killed this item, but let's see. If you are 50 stacks and gain another stack for any reason, you're nearby an ally, the stack will be automatically consumed for gold. You remain at 50 stacks. Okay. Vamp, increase power to 25 to 30. Okay, Vamp is no longer a hybrid item. It is now just a power item. They kind of just took the identity from this item. In my opinion, they kind of took the identity of the item. The identity of the item was to sacrifice damage to be a little bit tankier in the early game, but now it's just pretty much a full power item starter. Sigil of the Old Guard now has 5% damage mitigation as a stat applied always. Wait. Is this the beginning one? This is the beginning one? Okay, that's broken. That needs to be deleted immediately. Increases the duration of passive removal, which provides from 5 seconds to 8 seconds. Increase the duration of passive reboot buff, which provides damage mitigation from 5 to 8 seconds. Okay, this might be broken. Yo, Nintendo with the big 9 months. Thank you, fam. Really appreciate it. Infuse Sigil. Decreases stacks required to trigger the explosion from 4 to 3. Increase base explosion from 500 to 600. 600. 3 stacks. That's a lot of damage. That doesn't seem right, but we'll see. You have to feel it. On paper, it looks a little crazy. Warrior's Axe, increase cost from an extra 50 gold. Remove 75 health. That's pretty big. Decrease physical protection from 15 to 10. Okay, added power to it. They're just adding power to every defense item. 15 power, 10 prots, 50 more gold. So Sunring, added physical power 0 to 40. Remove health. They're just adding power to everything, it feels, no? Okay. Increase physical protection from 35 to 45. Increase my okay, some buffs. Lotus Crown. Okay. This is pretty much like a Sylvanas nerf. Mystical Mail needs to be nerfed, so let's see. 150 decrease prots. This is good nerfs. Book of the Dead, increased power from 100 to 120. A dead item, so let's see. 20 power. 120 power is pretty high. 20% CCR. And increase the mana shield on the 20% to 30% your max mana. This might be crazy, but I don't know. Book of Thoth is still pretty bad. So we'll see. I mean, you only will ever build this with Book of Thoth, right? CCR is CCR is just you get stunned for less time. If you want to put it in easier terms. Decreased cost from 200. They killed this item as well, but let's see. Decreased cost 2,800 to 2,650. Much cheaper. Good. Increased power. Wow. Okay. It's good stat stick. Passive is still questionable. Increased critical strike chance from 10 to 20%. Good buff. Increase. Remember I told you guys XT needed a buff if you're going to buff hunters. This is good. 35 to 40. Dude, did I not say this? I think I said this exactly. I am almost 100% sure I said this. I said XC, and what would you increase? The power on it. And how much would you? I'm pretty sure I said 5. 5 or 10. Scary. Remove. Yeah, I said XE, Hasten, and Kins. Remove reference to her old ultimate from abilities 1 and 3. Bastet will be auto bans from rank competitive per usual new god rules. Omega lol. Bastet gains, okay, so Night Stalker, alright, let's do this. Bastet gains physical lifesteal and physical ability lifesteal when hitting enemies. Additionally, enemy gods hit by her are revealed to Bastet for 6 seconds. Against minions, 5% plus 0.5 level, 50% level 20, 25 against gods, 25, so it's higher, 10% higher against gods at max level. Decrease cooldown from 13 to 11 seconds. Okay, adjust the duration and the tick pacing of this ability. Previous damage ticks for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 ticks. Ability previously listed at 4 seconds duration, even though all the damage ticks were dealt by 3 seconds. Okay, the last one, no effect. Okay, the damage ticks will now occur at 0 seconds, 0.66, 133, 2. So it's faster. The damage is done much faster. 1 second faster, that is. Same damage being dealt. So it's actually better for... It's actually worse for Aegis, but better for Burst. Okay, so it's... The CD change was big. Hunters of Bastet becomes CC immune. Alright, that's already like huge. And conjures a radiant projectile and that travels forward in a line, damaging and stunning. Another big. At first enemy god's hit, a guardian of Bast is summoned at that location that picks up and grabs the enemy hit, bringing them to the initial fire. Yeah, if you guys can grab me a link of where I can see this, that'd be awesome. Enemy hit, bringing them to the initial firing location. Okay, I kind of have to see it. We'll see in a second, hopefully. On a successful capture, a pool of quicksand is created under the enemy, creating a vortex, which drags targets toward the center and deals damage. Okay. Oh, let's see that right quick.
Is Bastet is getting a
1 second, 2 second, and 3 second. So we exit within
responsive and a lot ultimate, a brand new ultimate called the Huntress of Bast. Show it off first before I say anything.
No way.
There you go.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Long-ranged skill shot pull on an assassin. Kind of crazy. Something that we've never.
This is awesome. This is awesome. All right, so obviously I haven't really thought about the damage numbers or anything, but just off instinct to look. First thing that I'm happy about is we have an ability that's a high mechanic, high reward. Right? She can pull through walls. That's awesome. That is something Smite always needs. Like all these abilities, like Sylvanas 3, Mulan 3 should be longer. They should be, because they're reward. It's a high risk, high reward. You're rooting yourself to cast this ability. And Bastet, in Bastet's scenario, it's an ult, so longer CD. So it needs to be rewardful. It's a long, thin ability that and it has a long animation. So it feels rewarding to hit this ability. Obviously, beads counters this, right? But if no beads, it's a pretty crazy ability off the bat. But these are amazing abilities, and these abilities should be in Smite all the time. Stop capping on the abilities that are great, like Sylvanas 3, and they should make more of these, and stop making abilities like Loki 3 and Loki. You know, like Loki's abilities are just so plain boring. No reward. You don't feel any sense of reward. You know, Smite is a high mechanical game that you feel the best when you hit these abilities. So that's just my first instinct. Obviously, we'll go through the numbers and whatnot.
Never really seen in Smite. You know, we've got Sylvanas who can pull people. He's a guardian. I'm sure there are some of our dedicated old school players who are thinking this back to closed beta Arachne, who had an ultimate that was a pull. We looked at this one as a way to...
It goes right through the wall. I thought like it would like wrap around the wall. Through the wall is pretty ridiculous. They have to buff Sylvanas 3 if they're going to do this. Come on.
Complement the rest of Bastet's kit. She can jump in on people, but what else can she do, right? So this gives her a lot of interesting options. She can use this to engage a fight, to pull a single target early. She can use this to chase someone down after a fight as a long-range follow-up when they think they're about to escape. And she can actually use this ability in close range. Enemies in this very close range, different, you get this very, instant hit because it's a projectile, but you'll get a different giant cat animation that just applies a stun and doesn't do the pull. It just hits them with the stun. So she's now got essentially an additional hard CC that's very confirmable in the close range. People's players, anything.
Mention it, they're going all.
They're
thinking on the.
And we as the stun attack is happening.
So where does this put Bastet? Okay, where does this put Bastet, right? I mean, her damage is still ridiculous. I think this puts Bastet A or S tier, right? Right off the bat. Right off the bat. I don't even need to play her. I don't need to think much deeper than this. Everything that she was missing is addressed in the ultimate. CC immunity. It's a pretty long CC immunity, that is. It's like 2 seconds, right? Cast animation. And then it's a ton of damage. It's a lot of mechanics in this ult. I think they're gonna have to nerf this. Probably my next patch. I don't know, maybe 2 patches from now. I'm not sure, but this seems like it's gonna get nerfed, one way or another. Maybe it's probably CD, right? This CD is fucking really low for kind of a crazy ability, but you kind of need it as an assassin. So we'll see. We'll see. 100% scaling, 420 power initial hit, quicksand damage. Yeah, she has a root now. She has CC immunity. She has a drag back mechanic. She's safe. Jump in, jump out. Yeah, the CD is too short. I agree. I mean, I think 80 is too short. I think it should scale down to 80, right? Not 80 off the bat. I think it should be maybe 95, 90, 85, 80. That would be fair to me. Because now at level 20, you're at this 80s, 80 second CD. Having this early, this is almost if you don't have beads, you're dead type of ability. So too short in my opinion. But we'll continue. Increased tick rate from 0.5 to 0.4. Okay, this makes sense. I feel like you weren't really getting damage in the wall. Decrease initial hit scaling from 90 to 80%. That's tough. That's what she relies on. Decrease rift damage scaling from 35 to 30% tick. Damn, this is tough. This might kill the character. I don't know. She needs all the damage she can get in that kit. We'll see. Ring toss. Naja's dead right now, so let's see. This ability now gives us increased damage to only the first enemy hit by initial ring toss projectile. Okay, increase hit damage from 75 to 175, 20% to 80 to 200. So 25 base, extra base, 40% double the scaling. The other damage in the ability is unchanged, and additional targets hit due to the ring bounce will still take damage equal to the current amount. Targets hit multiple of the same ring bounce will take the same reduced damage. Okay, this doesn't help her. This just helps her a tiny bit in this meta, right? In this meta, there's no really hybrid. You're building kind of full power. So this helps a bit, but not the greatest. Thor increase. This is not what we want. Not what we want. We don't want brain dead abilities being buffed. We want the double tap. We want the wall being buffed. We want the ult being buffed. Why the 3? Why the brain dead ability? While Zeus is not weighed down by his shield, he gains 20 to 30% movement speed and 20 to 40% attack speed. Yeah, I literally said this on stream. I did not say the attack speed part. I said the movement speed part because it'll give her mobility. I don't think Thor. I don't think this needs to be buffed. I mean, it's whatever. It's a small buff, but you could have just hit the wall for a longer stun. You could have done the one. The one doesn't. The one is not the greatest. The 1 falls off hard as shit. Late game, your 1 is not doing the damage it needs to do because the scaling isn't great on the 1. Oh, well, Zeus. All right, so this is great for Zeus, obviously. I mean, it's just a complete add-on. 20 to 30%, and then 20 to 40% attack speed. This is a pretty big buff. Does it put him at S tier is the question. Does it put him at A tier? I don't think so. I do not think so. I think he still dies. And I don't think this, like, this buff. So the question is with this buff, is it strong enough for you to build a comp around him? My answer is no, just off seeing it, right? Like, I with this comp, you need to go Capri, Geb. You need to go Thor, like Initiator / Peel. You need to go like an Odin. You need to go like a Cerberus. You need to go like something. Your comp is built around Zeus damage. Is this 30% movement speed, 20 to 45% attack speed? It's good. It's good. Definitely gonna buff him, but I don't think it's enough to put him at that top tier. I think not even A tier, more like B tier. Obviously, this is the first time I see it. I'm reading the numbers and I'm just doing the math, right? But it's like, obviously, you know, MOBAs are situational and they're different when you feel it. But yeah, Poseidon buff. We said this yesterday. Why is this character not strong? Decreased tide cost from 20 to 15. A very, very, very small buff. Decreased cooldown from 20 to 12 to 16 to 12. Early game buff. Increased magical power scaling from 20 to 25%. Early game in CD. Late game on the scaling. Decreased tide cost from... Oh, no. This is not enough. Still shit. Amuzin, this ability now slows the impale target from 20 to 30%. This ability now decreases physical protection. Oh. Ooh. That's pretty good. Early game gonna be crazy, but you can't even max the 2. You don't max the 2 on Poseidon ever. So this is pretty useless if you ask me. You're maxing 1 or 3, right? Because that's your clear. So this CD change doesn't really matter in my opinion. This power scaling 25% doesn't feel. I don't feel like it's much, and this is all just tied. So you buffed this 2, which is probably his weakest ability if you ask me, to at least do damage, to be a traditional mage. You go zoom more often. You go zoom more often in the early game. So, but do you even max this ability in the early game? No, you never max this ability in the early game. So no, this buff is irrelevant if you ask me. Is it gonna put him in A tier, S tier, B tier? No, it's not gonna do that. His title meter decrease on all of his abilities, is that good? I mean, yeah, you're gonna be a little bit faster. You'll be a little bit faster after casting abilities, but is that... I don't even feel fast when I have full title meter on pause right now. His Kraken doesn't do damage. His 1 doesn't do damage. His 2 does a tiny bit more damage now, but how often do you get to just sit there and auto attack with Trident in this meta? Cap, Thor one-shots you. Every assassin will one-shot you in this meta. So where does that put Poseidon? Nowhere. Okay, so this ability slows. This buff is huge. This buff is really, really big. For AMC, this is really big. Really good, I think. Is it worth building a team around AMC now? I mean, maybe, but you don't need to build a team around AMC, right? I feel like you just need to build like one, just a defensive support, right? Just a defensive support. But this guy, I mean, you might not even need to build a defensive support. You can kind of just run it down now. Maybe even get an aggressive support. And level 5, you kill, right? Like level 5, you kind of just kill. You just kill anyone in lane. Like, this is crazy. 30% slow, Plus they decrease their prots. Like you kind of it's probably maybe one of the better, if not the best 1v1 hunter now. Maybe Uller still takes them just because of the way the items are right now, right? But maybe not. I'm not sure. I'd have to see. Increase base, and the reason I like this buff as well is that AMC, his strength is like don't buff his like survivability. That character will never be a good survivable character, not a consistent character, but he's a strong DPS character that can run it down, and I love that they buffed that about him. Buff what makes him AMC, not like, oh, make his hives give him more movement speed. No, this is the right way to go about a character like this, in my opinion. Increase base physical power from 37 to 40. Wow, that's really nice. Increase base attack speed from 1 to 1.5. Oh, per level. Okay. Wow. Nice. That's good. Increase damage from 35 to... So his base damage is super high now. He's going to be just a hard AA. I like this about him. I think it'll bump him up. He's going to hit hard. He's going to be hitting hard. It's kind of what you need from hunters right now. He's going to be good. Still has very similar problems in his kit, but this is good. This is what it's very similar to this, like amplifying what makes X-Ball X-Ball. Like I chunk, you know? I might not be, it's pretty obvious my escape. His 2 is not the greatest, you know, but he's strong. His autos are chunking. His bolas are fucking going in. You know what I mean? Oh, Jing 10. I hate this character, but whatever. Increase damage over time from 1.53% to 1.53.5. It's a good change. It's minimum, small. Increase cooldown 16. That's a good change. Increase mana costs. Okay, good change. Increase mana costs from, okay, very baby changes. Good. Just for his health. Ganyu decrease cooldown from 15 to 13. Yeah, this will help him. He's in a weird spot right now. He went from like one of the strongest to like pretty, you never see him, you know. So, and they just kept hitting his 2 and his ult and his heal. So buffing what makes Ganyu, you know. Before he was just like a healer, just like running around dashing, ulting, healing, dashing, ulting, healing. Now Talos ult like more based around his damage. I like that. Freya will now be untargetable while rising to the air. The Kama? Yeah, I literally knew it. I was like, if they doing this, they better do it to Kama. Oh, nice changes. This is good changes. These are all the changes, chat? Biggest winners and losers. I mean, Bastet is the #1 winner. Cleo got hit. Thor, Naja, baby, big baby, baby. Oh, there's a bonus. Okay, let's check it. Let's check out. Thank you, host. This will be November 2nd, so this will be sooner. So I probably should have done it the other way around, but it's okay. You guys will know. That's a sick X-Ball skin. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's okay. Candy shop? What does this have to do with the candy shop? Okay. Spectral decreased passive crit damage 60, decreased physical services. I guess trying to buff crit. Not sure. Decreased dash damage from 60 to 80% to 50 to 70%. Asset's still pretty strong. Decreased shields from 30. Yes. I'm pretty. Did I say this? Someone said it. Who was gonna should nerfs in solos? I said Cthulhu, Odin, and I don't think I said Nike though. Yeah, set nerfs are fine. I think this is warranted. This is good. It's a good angle to hit the character. Decrease shield from 30 to 50% to 30 to 40%. Good changes. I like this. Decrease max health buff from 30 to 25%. I like that. Decrease base damage from 100 to 320 to 100 to 300. I like that. I think Cthulhu's still pretty insane, so it doesn't matter. This is like small tweaks. Increase cooldown from 90 to 110 to 90, so it scales down, so its early game is weaker. Decrease shield health from 100 to 400 to 100 to 340. Wow, those are good changes. F Odin. Shield no longer stacks with itself from previous fires of the same ability that is still on target, will instead refresh. Decrease bounce range from 50. Wow. Whoa. Oof. They hit her hard. That's a hard hit. Gab nerf, decrease base damage from 110 to 630 to 110. I mean, thank the Lord. Just fucking put this character into the ground. Decrease physical scaling 80 to 70%. That's whatever. Ruler's fine. Yeah, and that's it, boys and girls. Hope you guys enjoyed. You guys have any questions, feel free to ask.